my lovely beading people! How are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to make this project. This is a winter necklace, and it's a very icy winter necklace. I try to make snowflakes in a more abstract way, so I hope that shines through. I choose to use silver and white and blue because I really think that are the wintry icy colors, and I use some Swarovski bicones with AB, so that really gives the icy feeling to it, I think. This is not a hard project to make, only it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of carefully looking. Because you can easily make a mistake because the thread can easily go around a bead or something, and you don't want that. So this is a project that you really need to pay attention to what you're doing. I made this necklace with a taco clasp and I designed it myself. But I'm not going to show you today how to make this or how you can attach it or something like that, because I want to save this for another project, because this taco clasp turned out really well and I think it might be a really nice necklace itself. So the piece is very sturdy, and I was looking for a pattern, had to make a pattern for a taco clasp or a spiral that was really sturdy with Superduos. So I'm going to save this up for next week, and this will be the first thing I will put up next week. So the taco clasp, how to make the taco clasp itself, and how to make the spiral. That will be in one video because it's the same as this small piece, but then larger. So I will hopefully let you see how to make that next week. But today we're going to make this necklace. So let's go and see what materials we need. So I'm going to make this project in small pieces because I don't have the time to make the whole project this evening, because the ones that followed me on Facebook know that it took me a long time to make this. But I'm going to show you how to make the separate parts, so the loose components, and when I did that, I will show you how to attach them, and they're all the same. So I'm just going to show you how to basically make this. So there are some combinations that you can do. You can also make your own combinations, but what I really liked, I choose the color of my stone, and this is Sapphire 14mm Swarovski Rivoli. And I choose light sapphire silver lined 11Os to go with that. So that's one match. So I matched that up in a red, I believe it's a red ruby or it's a red Siam. I don't know, I believe it's a ruby. So it's a red ruby Rivoli, also 40mm of course, and 11O red silver lined seed beads. That's also, I'm going to look at the package. Yes, silver lined ruby. So that's red silver lined ruby in 11O and 40mm Swarovski also in Siam, ruby Siam. Sorry. Okay, for the next matchup, I use around the stone 15O seed beads, and I use in this component 11O seed beads. And the seed beads are in the same color of the Swarovski 4mm bicones that I use. So as I said, you don't have to match this up the same way, but I like to do it in this way. So so I will use 15O golden beads, 11O golden beads, and 11O 4mm bicones. And these aren't real Swarovski bicones. I don't believe they even sell them in gold, but these are glass cut. But it doesn't matter because this won't be a project I will make completely, because it will I will detach it after this video because I won't use it, because this is the real color I like, but I didn't have enough materials to make it again. So for the white color, for the white Superduos, and I will show you just how to make the components in which order. But for the white color, I'm going to use this red Superduos with a gold finish on it. So it's half red, half gold. And I will use for the silver color, I will use these golden Superduos. Then you will need some thread. You can use any kind you like. With this I just used white c-lon, and this is red. I believe this is also c-lon. I don't know. I should have put it in a bag and write on it what it was. But I believe it's c-lon, and it's red c-lon, and I'm going to work with that. You will need 2 needles. I just used the whole project using 2 needles size. This is a size 12. No, it's a size 10. A size 10, 2 needles size 10, but you can also use size 12. So let's start making our project. I forgot to tell you something. I use 4mm bicones, but you can also use 4mm check beads if you don't have bicones. So that's another option. So the bicones will only be here and in between. I believe there are 28 bicones in this necklace. So you will need 28 bicones or 28 check 4mm glass beads, just what you like. Okay, for the first component you will need about 1 arm span. You can use longer, you can use a little shorter, just what you like, because we're going to make loose components and then just snap the threads off in between. So we're going to take 1 needle and we're going to thread our thread through the needle. And now we're going to start with the inner color. So for the inner color I use gold, and you're going to pick up 6 golden Superduos or any color you really like. So that's 6. I see there's a bad one in my stash. So like this, and slide them down and hold your tail, because you don't want them to slip off. And now you're just going to tie a knot. And I'm going to tie my knots 3 times, because I found if you snap the thread off at the end, if you have 3 knots, maybe the last knot will come undone, but then at least you will have some knots left. Sorry. And then pick up your work. And now we're going to step up through the first hole. So that's the second hole. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So we're going to step up through the first hole of the top of the Superduo. And pull. And I'm sorry if my lighting this time is not so as bright as it used to be, or as it usually is, because my lamp broke, and this is my spare lamp, and I need to buy another one. And now you're going to pick up 1 15-0 bead, 1 Superduo of the other color, and 1 15-0 bead. And then we're going through the next top hole of the next Superduo and pull like this. And we're going to pick up 1 15-0, 1 other color Superduo, and 1 15-0, and we're going through the next hole. Now we're just going to do this all around, so just the same. So just pick up 1 15-0, 1 other Superduo color, and 1 15-0, and go through the next top hole like this. And we're just going to continue doing this. Like this. Oh. And then we're going to attach the last one, and we're going through the top of the Superduo, the next 15-0 bead, and the next Superduo like this, and pull. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to go around, so through the beads we just added, so it's a little secure, and you can stop at any moment that you think now it's secure enough, This all depends on what you think is secure. I mostly go about 3 Superduos, and then I think it's okay. Like this. And pull. And now I'm going to stitch back to the center. So I'm coming out of this hole and I'm going towards the middle through the same Superduo the opposite side and pull. And I'm just going to tie, so I'm going to put my needle under the thread in the middle, and I'm coming up in the middle of so between the middle of the beads, and I'm just going to tie a knot there. So just a simple knot, and then I'm going through the next Superduo in the middle and pull, and again just tie a knot there. This is really a basic Superduo beading, because this everyone can do this small piece like this. So just stitch about 2 Superduos on, and then just take your scissor, cut your threads like this, and there you have your first component, and that component looks like this. So that's the small component. Now it depends on which color of bead you use, because some of the Superduo beads can just vary a little in size. And I want to also tell you, I use Miyuki seed beads between these, so I really recommend Miyuki seed beads for the 15-0 seed beads, because these are Toho and these are a little bit more square, so they take just a little bit of more room than the Miyuki beads. But it's just up to you what you like the most. But you're going to make 10 of these now. So I suggest you go and make 10 and do something else, watch something else, or you go and make 10 and pause this video, just what you like. But you're going to make 10 of these. Now for the next component we will use 11-0 beads. So we're going to take our needle and we're going to choose the middle color. So that's to show you on this one. The silver color, I will use the gold color again, and for the white I will use the red one again. So if you use silver and white, you will start with silver and then just the rest is all white. So we're going to pick up 1 golden seed bead, or sorry, 1 Superduo, 1 golden seed bead, 1 Superduo, 1 seed bead, 1 Superduo, 1 seed bead, and you do this until you have 6 Superduos. So just 1 seed bead and 1 Superduo bead. This. Now I have 6 and I want to have 1 at the beginning or the end. So 1 seed bead at the beginning or the end. Just like this. And slide them down. And tie a knot, just like we did before. We will tie 3 knots. Like that. I hope you can all follow this easily. And now we're going to come up through the first seed bead. And now you're going to pick up 2 Superduos, and you will go through the next top hole. One moment please. Sorry, that was my hubby calling with a friend, and I said I was going to film, so not very pleased with that, but that's okay. So where were we? We went through the top hole of the Superduo, and we picked up two other color Superduos, and we're going through the next Superduo like this. And again we're going to pick up two Superduos and go through the top hole. And that is what we're going to do all around. And like the previous one, I'm just going to show you how to do this, because this is not very time consuming. Maybe with the other, the last one and the grapes, the bigger pendant, I will not show you all, because that will take some filming time. And I want to do this in such short as time as possible, because every minute extra filming costs me more time. Well, I'm ready to add my last pair, and I will go through the Superduo, the gold Superduo on top, but not through the other Superduos. I pull, and now I will go up through the first red Superduo, the top hole, and pull. Pick up one Superduo and go through the top hole of like this. Oh, that was a mistake. So just through the this one, so not through this one also, that does make sense. Then we're going through the top hole of the next Superduo, so that's the other color Superduo, and pull. And in that way that you pull, you can see that this will line up. And now we're going to go up through the first hole of, oh sorry, the second hole of the first Superduo, and pull. Pick up one Superduo, go through the next top hole and pull, and go through the next top hole of the other color the other color Superduo. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes tonight, sorry. Like this. And then we're going through the top hole of the other Superduo again. So I think you get the point. There we're going to add the point, so that's the point. Like this. And we're just going to do this all around. And this is fairly easy to make. Oh, drop my needle. Sorry for all the noises tonight, but first I had a cat meowing. Then I had another cat shaking itself, so the bell on its collar just goes off and off. So ringy ringy. And after that my hubby's going to phone his friend, so I'm sorry for tonight's noises, but that's just the way it is. So we're just going to add all the points all around, like this. Pick up another one, and then we're back where we started. Now this is quite sturdy, so we're going to go back through the middle hole of the Superduo again. And I'm sorry, I hope I don't do this too fast, but I'm a little bit in a hurry, because if I won't succeed adding this tonight, this will be up in about a week instead of tonight. So we're going to make a knot, and we're going through the next seed bead, the next Superduo. Oh, I can also go the other way, because my knot is before my seed bead, like this. Pull. And now we're going to make another knot, so just like we did before with the first one, just going to make single knots between the seed beads and the Superduos, but we're going to make a few, because in that way it will stay strong, but it's not too thick to go through them later. Like this. And there you have your star. And I'm going to show you on the necklace. which star that is, and that is this one. So you can see that's the same one. And now we're going to just cut them off. So the threads, we're going to cut the threads, and then we're going to make 2 of them. So as I said with the previous one, you need to make 10 of these, and you will need to make 2 of these. So cut your thread and make another one. So now we're going to make the next one. And for this next one you will need the 4mm bicones, or these are glass cut bicones, or the check beads. So just what you have, and we're going to start, and I'm going to show you again on the necklace. We're going to start with the inner color. We're always going to start with the gold, or in this necklace case the silver color, because that's our starting point. We only don't start with the silver on the next component, but this is very easy. What we're going to do, we're going to take our thread, and we're going to pick up 2 Superduos, and I lay out 6 bicones so that I don't have to count. We're going to pick up 2 Superduos and 1 bicone, and then 2 Superduos, 1 bicone, 2 Superduos, and we're going to do this until we have all the bicones on. So it's very this is not a hard project. And it took me a while, or a long time, to make it and to design it, but if you have the pattern, it's not a very hard pattern to make. So let's see, we started with the Superduo, so I won't end with the Superduos. So as you can see, I will start with the Superduos, start with the Superduos and end with the bicone. And slide it down. Hold your tail, because you don't want your beads to slip off. Like this, and pull. And now make 3 knots like we did before. Just make sure that you not getting any beads in your knots, because I have that a lot of times. Like this. I believe I made 2, so if I made 3 already, it's okay. We'll just have another one. And grab your work, and then step up through the top hole of the first Superduo, like this. And we're going to pick up 1 golden seed bead, so that's the matching color. And then we're going to pick up 2 red seed beads, and we're going through the next Superduo, so the top of the next Superduo. So the red star, so in this case the red, will come above the bicone. And then again, between the golden ones, we're going to add 1 golden Superduo, and above the bicone we're going to add 2 red Superduo. This. And then again, pick up 1 golden Superduo and go between the golden ones, and then pick up 2 red Superduos and go through the golden one. So that's all there is to it. So I'm going to do this all around, and I'm just going to show you how I do that. Maybe that gives you some time to understand what I'm doing. And I'm really sorry if I'm going a little bit fast, but as I said, don't have much time, and I really wanted to upload this for you. And if you have any questions about this project, you can just ask. Oh, let's see, didn't look good at my beads, because this one has a blocked hole. So just poke it through. I always just poke it through. It's a little wiggly and you're through. So like this. You can also, I believe you can also use a bead reamer or something. Don't know if I pronounced it right, but it's thing that you can use to make the holes a little bigger. So I'm ready to add my last pair, and I'm going through the top of the first golden Superduo, like this, and then I'm going through the bottom hole of the top of the Superduo that's on top, and through the next golden Superduo, so not through the red ones, like this. And then I'm going through the top of the next red Superduo and pull. And I'm going to pick up one Superduo, so a red Superduo, and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And then again I'm going through the golden Superduo and through the bottom hole of the next, so of the top golden Superduo. And this is the part that you really need to be careful that you don't get your thread around places that you don't want. And through the next top of the next golden Superduo, and then go up through the next top of the next red Superduo, pick up one red Superduo and go through the next red Superduo. So just going to add the points like we did in the previous one, so like this. So just like the previous one, I'm going to show you this, how I do that, because if you can't really follow what I'm doing, you can just see that it's not that hard to do. And once you know this pattern, it's just it's not easy, it's not hard to make. It's very easy to do this. And if you want a quick project, you can just make this. It's not hard. If you have like a last minute if you have like a last minute party or something and you want to bring a gift, especially for this season, you can just make this in not so much time. Sorry, I have to get this out because this got stuck. So if you need a small present, and of course making the whole necklace costs a lot of time, but I thought maybe you could make earrings or something like that, just very simple. Speed. Oh, you have again, so that it's hooking on the other bead, and we don't need that. Sorry if you don't like this chatting, you can just pause this, but I thought the little chatting when we're beading is okay. So I added my last bead, and this one, just to say, this one pulls a little bit because I didn't use good quality glass cut beads, but you won't have that if you use Swarovski. But it just also depends that as I already told, I'm a yanker. At least I think this is a little too, how do you say that? I think this is a little bit too, it's not flat enough. Let's say it like that. So again, like we did on the previous row, just go and go through the beads and through the bicones towards the middle, and just make a few knots. Like this, and then go through the Superduo beads. So just like we did before, sometimes when I can't go through the beads, I will use my plier. That's optional, but that's because I have very, I don't know if you can see that, I have, sorry, it's a little bit gross, I'm sorry. But I have very sweaty hands. Can you see it glistening? I have always very sweaty hands, so I always have like a a glove to wipe my hands off now in the time. It's very hard sometimes when you're beading, because my fingers get slippery around my needle, so that's why I use pliers sometimes. And now that's just it, and we're going to cut our thread. And if you want to go through it again, that's okay. So now I can show you on the necklace. This component is this component, so that's the one with the Swarovskis in the middle. And that's all there is to it. And now we're going to make the last component. So you will need to make 2 of these, just like the previous one, because these are around the middle part of the necklace. So you're going to make 2 of these. So now we're going to make the middle component. And what we're going to do, we're going to pick up 12 Superduos. And we're going to use the red color. And normally I would use the gold color, like I told on the part which splash you need. But I use the red one because these are also from Toho, but these are a little bit smaller than the golden ones, and I'm a little afraid that the pattern I want to show you doesn't come out as beautiful or as fitted when I use the golden seed bead. So that's why I use the red one. But if you want to use the gold red color combination, you will use the red one, just what you like. I like the blue one and the white and the silver one the most, but just what you like. So we're going to pick up 12 Superduos, and we're going to alternate between 1 Superduo, 1 15-0, 1 Superduo, 1 15-0. And we're going to do that until we have 12 Superduos on. And that's started with 1 Superduo and ended with 1 15-0. Like this. And I end with 1 15-0. Then I'm going to pull these to the end of my thread. And then just like we did before, we're going to make 3 knots. Sometimes it's a little hard because the beads want to go in between the knot. And I don't want that. So that's 2. And this is 3. Like this. Now we have a starting round. And now we're going through the bottom, because I like to make this very secure. The bottom and the next the next 15-0 bead, and the next Superduo, and the next 15-0 bead, like this. So we have a place to, slippery hands, a place to hide our knot and pull. And now we're going to step up through the first hole of the next Superduo. And now we're just going to add 1 round of 1 Superduos. So I'm picking up 1 Superduo and I'm going through the next top hole of the next Superduo and pull. And again, pick up 1 Superduo and go through the next top hole of the next Superduo and pull. And again, pick up 1 Superduo and go through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And that is just what we're going to do all the way around. And when I've done that, I'm going to go back. And now I picked up my last Superduo and I'm going through the top hole and the bottom hole of the Superduo we just added. Pull. And now I'm going to reinforce this, so I'm going about halfway through the next top hole of the first Superduo, through the bottom hole of the next Superduo. And I'm just going to repeat this. So the top hole of the middle Superduo and the bottom hole of the Superduo we just added. And I'm just going to do this for half this project, so half the circle. Oh. Going through the hole. Yes. So just to reinforce it. And when you went through a couple of beads, just give it a little tug. Don't have to yank on it. It can be that it forms a little cup, little basket, and that's okay. If it doesn't, it's also okay. Just really depends on what color seed bead you use. Oh, sorry, which color Superduo. Like this. So I think this is enough. This is about halfway. And then I'm going through the top hole of the middle seed bead. Oh, sorry, the middle Superduo. I keep saying seed bead. Sorry. And go through the next top hole of the next Superduo that's after that one. Like this. And now we're going to pick up one Superduo and go through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And we're going to make a round like we just did before, like in the previous round. So it's just the same. Just pick up one Superduo and go through the next Superduo. And I will do this and then I will come back to you when I add the last one. So I'm ready to add my last Superduo and I'm going through the top hole and through the bottom hole of the next Superduo and pull. And now it's going to start forming that basket I was talking about. Can be also earlier with the white beads I had that it was forming a basket earlier. So now you're going to go through the bottom hole, the top hole of the bottom seed bead, or Superduo, and the next bottom hole of the next Superduo, like this. And now we're just going to pull it, reinforce it like we just did before. So just going through the previous row and the new row, just like we did before. And as I said, you don't have to do this all the way. Do it halfway, that's okay, because we don't need to need this to be a hard basket or something like that. As long as you keep doing this and your basket starts to, it feels like the basket is doing this every time. So you have the basket like this and it's going to open and open again, and after a while when you're stitching around it will stop opening up, and then you know that you're okay, like this. And now, like the previous row, we're just going to step up through the bottom hole of the, the top hole of the bottom Superduo and pull, and going through the top hole of the top Superduo. Like this. I hope you can see this, and I hope I explain it enough. Now let's take one, I have to look at my own creation. Yes, I'm correct. Pick up one 15-0 and go through the next top hole of the next Superduo and pull. And again, pick up one 15-0 and go through the next top hole of the next Superduo. And just repeat this all around. So just picking up one seed bead, go through the next top hole of the Superduo and pull. There's nothing to it, just doing that. And then when I'm ready to add the last one, I'm going to go back to you. Okay, I'm ready to add my last seed bead. So I'm picking up one 15-0, going through the top hole of the Superduo and going through the next 15-0. Now we're just going to reinforce it like we did before, only we're going to go through this and then slightly pull. Sorry. And of course I have not, that's just fine. Sorry if I sound a little bit irritated about that, but making this project. This week I had like about 30 knots or something in one project, and even my thread broke and stuff like that. So I'm really irritated about knots and stuff this week. And I'm not usually. I'm sorry. You must think, what am I doing? But I take my Swarovski rivoli and I just wipe off the grease and stuff like that from my fingers on my mat. And I'm going to place it inside my little basket, like this. Now I'm going to do something you will find to be funny, I know for sure. You all seen this little cat if you see my haul. So my show and tell. You will see this cat. And it's very soft, but it's also very handy for me to have not such sweaty hands. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place in my Swarovski, and not to get greasy or wet hands, I'm going to place my kitty over it. So I don't have to touch my my rivoli when I close it up. If you didn't find it necessary, that's just okay. But I'm going to go through the next Superduo and the next 15-0 and the next Superduo and pull. So sorry if it was a little weird telling, but you will see later I will use it again, the kitty. You can also use a cloth or something, but it was just it was easy to hold and stuff like that, so I really like to use that one. But I always have the problem that my rivoli is very greased up when I touch it all the time. I have another knot. I believe, well, yeah. Like this. And then I'm going through the next 15-0 and the next Superduo again. And so we're just going to, sorry for the long story, but we're just going to secure this, and every time you go through 15-0 and the Superduo, you're going to pull, and you're going to do this until like we did with the previous rows, until you have the feeling it's secure, and I have that feeling now. So it's right in the middle. I really like this color. Such a pretty red color. I really love it. So yes, I don't need to explain it. I just now I'm going to show you on the other star what we're going to do. We're going to add 3 seed beads between the seed beads over the Superduo, and then we're going to skip one. And then we're going to add 3 seed beads, and we're going to skip one. And we're going to continue doing this all around. So I'm going to show you. I'm picking up 3 seed beads. We have a reason why we are not doing that all around. I'm just going to show you later. And we're going, so I'm coming out of this seed bead and I'm going in through the next seed bead. And I found it to be easier to first go through the seed bead and then later through the Superduo to skip it. So like this. And then we're going through, sorry, through the Superduo. This can be a little hard because it's a little tight. So sometimes you really have to look what you're doing. And pull, and then go through the next 15-0 bead like this, and pull. Oh, another knot. Talking about knots, getting nuts out of knots like this, and then pick up 3 15-0s and go through the next 15-0. And I really hope you can see this, but I just got a lot of well, it's not complaints, but I got a lot of feedback on my camera view that sometimes people can't see what I'm doing. So I found it to be very I don't like that, because I really want you to be able to see everything I do. So I hope you can see this. Please let me know if you can see this well, because maybe it's now too far off, but I didn't want it too close, because when I just move the thing you can't see anymore what I'm doing, or I had it so close that when I did this with my hands you couldn't see it anymore. But sorry, sorry for the long story, sorry for the chatting. Now go through the next Superduo. As I said, this can be a little hard. If you can't go through the next 15, oh, that's just fine. Just what you're able to at this moment. So as I said, it can be a little hard. And pull. So this one we're skipping, and now we're going to go through the next 15-0. I have the feeling that this is going to be a very chaotic video, and if it's really bad I'm going to do it over. Okay, so I went out of the 15-0 and I'm going into the next 15-0. Like this. And now you're going to continue doing this. So what you're going to do, you're going to skip the next Superduo, go in through the next 15-0, pick up 3, go through the next 15-0, skip the Superduo, go through the next 15-0, add 3, go through the next 15-0, and just do this all around until you have all your seed beads on. But don't forget to skip one Superduo, because I'm going to show you where that's for, so what use it has in a while. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm coming back to you. So I've added my last pair of beads, or my last set of beads, and I'm going through the top hole of the next Superduo, through the next 15-0 and the next top hole of the next Superduo, and use my pliers because I have sweaty hands, like this. And then I realized at this point that I don't know if you really could follow this. So for the sake you couldn't really see it, I'm going to hold this one close. Hope it focused. Yes. What I did is I and I hope this is not too dark. Hope you can see it a little better like this. I went through the first 15-0 and I added 3 15-0s, and I went through the next 15-0 and I went through the Superduo, through the next 15-0, added 3, through the next 15-0, through the next Superduo, through the next 15-0, added 3, and I did that all around. So if you didn't really follow what I did, that is what I did. And I know these are very small beads. So that's just what I did, and I hope you follow it. Please let me know. So let's go on. Pick up your thread, and now we're going through. So we're coming out of the top hole of the Superduo, and we're going through the bottom hole of the Superduo the opposite way. And we're going through the next Superduo, the top hole of the next Superduo that's just lined after that one, like this. And I'm going to use my pliers to get it through. But probably your hands will be not so as slippery as mine. So I think you can just pull it through like this. And then we're going through that same Superduo, the other hole, the opposite way. Like this. And pull. This. Now, this is very important, and I'm going to pick up my other part for this. We're going to, in this first row, I'm going to alternate between the Superduo. So it's not hard to follow, because it will be just 2 gold, 2 red, 2 gold, 2 red, 2 gold, blah blah blah. But you will have to start, and I'm going to show you on which one I started, but you will have to look at your own project. Maybe you went through another bead or something, so you really need to know where you start. As you can see, the 3 beads. Oh, sorry, you can't see that if I'm not holding it in front of the camera. So we're just going to alternate the 2 beads, but I'm just going to show you that. But you have 3 beads here, so the 3 beads you added. On that line, if you go, I'm going to hold it close, you have the 3 beads, and then you have the 1 single Superduo, and then you have 2 Superduos on the side of that, and that is where I added the longer, so the white Superduos. So when you're at the point, and I'm going to show you now on the project we're making, as you can see, I'm going to hold it close, maybe you can see it better. I hope you can see this. So I'm coming out of this Superduo, so that's this Superduo, and I have 1 in between them, and that's coming out of the row of 3 beads. So between these 2, because there's a row above them, I need to add the red seed beads, or sorry, the red Superduo. So I'm going to pick up 2 Superduos, and I'm going to stick it through the next Superduo in line, the bottom hole, like this. And this can be also a little tricky because your needle needs to go in a, I don't know how I call that, and pull. Like this. Now arrange them so that they are next to each other. And now for the other side, and I need to pick up my golden beads. So as you can see, these are at the part where the on the top I added the beads. Now we're going to the next 2 beads, so the 2 Superduos, and on top of that there's nothing. You don't have to count anything anymore because it's from, this is just red, gold, red, gold, red, gold. But just to show you the pattern. So I'm going to pick up 2 golden Superduos. I keep saying seed beads. And this is where my kitty comes in. I'm going to hold my Swarovski on the top, and I hope you don't really bother my kitty. Hold my Swarovski on top so it's not getting sweaty, and in that way it won't damage or get greasy. So just like we did before, we're going through the bottom hole of the next Superduo in line and pull like this. And the first ones can be a little shaky, but it will be more secure after a while. And again, we're going to pick up two red Superduos, and we're going through the bottom hole of the next Superduo inline. And as I said, it can be a bit tricky because your needle needs to go in a wave like this. And then again, pick up 2 golden seed beads, Superduos. I think you're going to laugh at me in this video. I say things wrong so often that you may laugh at me. I think it's funny too. Like this, and then you're going to pick up 2 red Superduos and just again go through the next the next hole in line. And now you're just going to do this all around. So there's really nothing to it. I'm going to show you without the kitty. You're going to just follow the pattern all the way around, and you can't go wrong with this anymore until you are at the end. And when I'm ready to add my last 2 beads, I'm going to go back to you. Okay, now I added my last bead, and I'm going to come up through the top hole of the first Superduo we added, like this. Now this is going to be our big, how do you call that, point? So we're going to pick up 2 red Superduos and go through the next red Superduo, the top hole, and the next top hole of the next golden Superduo. And we're going to pick up 1 golden Superduo and we're going to go through the next top of the next golden Superduo and the next top of the next red Superduo. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 red Superduos between the red Superduos, and we're going to add 1 golden Superduo between the golden Superduos. And that's all there is to it, and we're going to do this all around. And we're just going to attach the beads in this way to each other. And this is also, I fought with it a lot because I wanted to make it as flat as possible. So I went through with steep beads and stuff like that, but just Superduos was the best. So just adding 1 between the gold ones and 2 between the red ones, and that's all there is to it. And I'm going to do this all around, and when I'm ready to add the last one, I'm coming back to you. Okay, I'm ready to add my last one, so I'm going through the top hole of the next golden Superduo and through the next top hole of the next red Superduo. And pull, like this. And now I'm going to go through the next top hole of the next top Superduo. And I'm going to pick up 1 red top, Superduo, and I'm going to stick it through the next hole of the next top of the Superduo and pull. And then I'm going through the top hole of the bottom next Superduo and through the next top hole of the next bottom Superduo and through the next bottom hole of the next top Superduo. This is just like we did on the previous stars before. And we're going to go in the top hole of the next golden Superduo and in the next top hole of the next red Superduo and pull. Oh. And we're going to go through the next top hole of the next Superduo and pull. Pick up 1 red Superduo, go through the next top hole of the next Superduo, pull, go through the next top hole of the bottom Superduo and through the next top hole of the bottom Superduo and the next bottom hole of the next top Superduo. Hope you can follow this. It's very easy. We're just adding in the points on the stars. And we're going to do this all around. So you're just going through, basically what you're doing, you're just going through the Superduos and you will add the points of the Superduo on the long points of the snow star. Or this is actually more a Christmas star, but you get the idea. I also wanted to, I didn't have the blue one anymore, but I also wanted to show you that you can also make this pattern in different colors than only white, because I know that a lot of people like the white one with the blue, but I also know that a lot of people don't like that kind of colors and are more likely to make something in the Christmas style. So I'm going to do this all around until I have all the points on. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go through the beads towards the middle and then just go to the back, and just like we did on all the stars, we're just going to tie a knot in between and then go through the next one and then tie a knot again, and then I suggest you go through all the bottom beads one time and tie off. Just so if you added all the points, go to the back and tie off. So now I'm going to show you how you attach them to each other, and this is fairly easy. I'm going to show you what you need to do and what you can do. So what you first need to do is you're going to pick up 2 needles, thread 2 needles with 2 arm spans of thread. You will have some space left, so you will have some thread, some garbage thread, I don't know how you call it, but you know what I mean. But you can better have too many than too less, because if you have too less you can't just knot it on each other. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to take my necklace to let you see what we're going to do. This is the centerpiece, and of course I just made 4 of these, and I'm going to zoom out a little that you can see a little better. I'm going to center it a little. This is my outer piece, so this is my focal piece. And I didn't make all of the components, just like I said, this is just to show you how to do this. But it's all just the same. So you can choose to attach these on the outer points or 2 points. So in that way your star will be up like this. It's just what you like. I like it more like this because I think it lines up better with the rest of the project. The points look better in that way, in my opinion. So this also is going to be very easy. It's just a very simple thing. I know some of you might read on Facebook that I had a little trouble with choosing what I want in between, and some of you might have thought like, oh, is that a connection? That is so simple. Why couldn't you do that faster or easier? Well, I wanted a good connection. It wasn't too many, so I started with, let's say, 6 seed beads and then 1 bicone and again 6 seed beads. But it was all so bulky looking. But not only that, it really distracted from these points. So it looked as if you didn't have a point at all, so you just did have these points. So I didn't like that. So this is the, in my opinion, the prettiest way to really keep the points together. But if you don't like this, of course you can do something else, but I'm just going to show you what I like to do. Another thing I need to tell you is you can also make earrings or a bracelet of this. What I suggest you do when you want to make a bracelet, use this as your focal point. So you're going to take this one and attach then attach this one and this one. I'm sorry, this one is a little crooked, but I don't know why. But I think my Superduo isn't quite straight, so it has a more flat side on this side. So it wants to turn. It's not a good one, but for the sake of this tutorial, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you can make a bracelet, and then I suggest you copy these 2 and do this on the other side too. So you have a bracelet. You can also make earrings. You can just make a loop on this one and then make these into earrings. If you find it to be too big, you can also use this one, or you can mix and match them up. Use a small one above that, or you can use larger one above that. It's just what you like. It really doesn't matter. It's your project. I just give an example of what you can do. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick one of the needles through the top hole of one of the points, like this. I'm going to twist it like this. And now I'm going to get out my seed beads, my 11/0 seed beads. And these are not the gold seed beads, but the red ones. So when you're going to make this in a blue variation, this will be your blue seed beads and the bicones that you're going to use. So on both needles, pick up 1 red seed bead. Oh, sorry, I forgot to zoom in. So you're going to pick up 2 seed beads on each side. Oh, sorry, I already did it. On this side. 2 seed beads on each side, 11/0s. Slide them down. And you're going to pick up 1 11/0. And you're going to slide it down a little. And you're going to go with the other needle through the same way that the other needle goes. So in one direction. and then pull. And in that way you can see that the beads are all facing the same way. Now you're going to pick up your Swarovski bicone or your check seed beads. You can even use rounds, but I don't know if they will fit as good in this part. But so I suggest you at least use faceted beads. Then you're going to pick up your rivoli, your bicone, and also go through the same way with your needle. Like this. And then again, pick up one red seed bead and go with your other needle through the same way. Pull. Like this. And then again, pick up one 11/0 on each needle and slide it down. Now we're going to attach the first part, and I do this way. I set one needle aside and I'm going to pick up my other needle. So in this case I'm holding my project, my other project, so the next component in my left hand and my needle on my right hand. And then I'm going from right to left in one of the points of the star, so the top hole of the Superduo. And then I'm going to stitch back through the second hole of the Superduo and the first hole of the next Superduo that's next to that one. Like this. And then pull. And don't pull this too hard yet, because this is the first piece, so the other thread can still move, and you really need to have an even thread on it. Now I'm going to place down my right needle and I'm going to pick up my left needle, and I'm going to pick up my work, and just like the other side we're going through the bottom hole of the Superduo, but this time from left to right, and pull. And then I'm going through the next top hole and the next top hole of the bottom Superduo, so that's the Superduo that's next to it, like this. And then we're going to pull our work. So make sure at this first step that your threads are even, so that they are evenly long, because you will get in trouble with that later. So really look out for that. Then you're just going to position your head as right as you can, your beads as right as you can on your Superduo, and pull. And now I'm going to, with my left hand, I'm going to pick up the thread of my left work, and I'm holding it tight, and in that way I'm going, I have a little grip, if you know what. With my right needle I'm just going through the beads, and you can make up your own way to go through the beads. I intend to go with this ones, I intend to go through the middle, so I'm trying to reach the middle with my thread and with my needle, because we need to reach the other side, but nobody's going to see which way or which direction you did that, because you're just not able to tell later. So I'm just going to go through the beads. I have very sweaty hands again, so I'm going to pull that. Make sure you're not tying your thread around any other beads, because you don't want that your project is all done and then you have to do it again. You have to fix it. This can be a little hard, because it can be a little stiff, because you went through the beads already several times. This. And as I said, it doesn't matter how you go through the beads, as long as you go through the beads. And what we're going, and our goal is to reach the other side. So we have 6 points, and we need to reach the point across the point we just attached to the other piece. Oh, sorry. They're already lighting fireworks here in our neighborhood, and I don't really like that because it always scares me. I really like to see fireworks, but I don't like the sound of fireworks. They're very hard and loud. And I also think fireworks are very dangerous. Well, I reached the top, and I am coming out of the top hole of this Superduo. And you don't have to think about this one yet, because you're just going to reach that. Now I'm going to pick up my other needle, and I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to pass the camera for that. I'm just going up. The only thing you have to do, if you're on the top, make sure that you're coming out of the opposite way of the Superduo bead. So I'm coming out of this way, so I need to come out of that way with this round. Now, as you can see, I ended in the top hole of the next star, and I'm just going to do the same as I did, and just add the next star in this way. You're just going to pick up 2, go through one 11-0 in the same way, pick up one Swarovski bicone or a glass cut bead, just what you have, or a check bead, and go through it the same way. Do this again with an 11-0 Superduo. 11, now I say 11-0, sorry, I meant 11-0 seed bead, and then pick up one 11-0 on each needle, and then just repeat these steps until you are all the way. And if you are all the way, you will do the other side. You can attach it to this point or to this point. It is just what you like, what you find the most beautiful. Just, it's your project. That's all there is to it, and I'm not going to explain a lot more than that. If you want to end with a normal clasp, you just do the same as you did here. So until you would have attached it to the next Superduo, but from this point on, you're just going to thread you're just going to thread 5 seed beads on one of your needles, and going back, and you're going to stitch off in the first, and it will probably be this one. You're just going to attach 5, go in through the other seed bead, and then stitch off in this one, and then just with the other needle you're just going through the 5 beads you just added, go through through this part, and just stitch off in this component, and that's all there is to it. On the other side you just do the same, only that time you don't attach the clasp through to the beads, but you're just going to make the loop I just explained. So that's very easy. I think that if you can make this project, you can figure that out on your own. If you want to make the top clasp, you should or make your own, or if you want to attach this one, wait until next week or so. I think it will be around weekend time before I fix that, or before I finish that. But then you can make the toggle clasp just what you like. I think that you will have enough time to make this, or enough time making this before you can add a clasp. So it's just what you like. So I hope you like this project, and I'm really sorry if it was a little bit all over the place, or that I told too many stories, or that I rambled too much. I'm so very sorry, but I still hope you could quite well follow this tutorial. And as I said, if you want to make the toggle clasp, you will have to wait. I'm sorry that I will have to let you wait for that. but I can't do all things in one video because it will be far too long when I also do that. So I hope you like this. As I always say, please join me on Facebook. I have about almost 1,000 followers there, so we can really talk and discuss all kinds of jewelry. And the topic we're now talking on is selling. I posted the link on my Facebook page that I opened my Etsy store, and I'm not ready to sell or anything. It's just it's still closed, but I want to open it as soon as possible. But I think that will be around next year. I'm also working on my own business cards and on my own selling material, so like cards to attach your bracelets in and stuff like that, and cards to add the necklace, earring cards and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you when I'm all finished, and then I'm going to do an update on my Etsy page too. So I hope you really like this project. As I said, you can just mix and match to make earrings. I hope all things was clear and that it wasn't too fast, but I really need to upload this as soon as possible. So I hope you liked the video. Please join me on Facebook, and see you next time. Bye. Have a nice week.